All right, I want to take a second to talk about home additions. So we've got an existing property and we're designing, let's say, a mother-in-law suite. We've done one of those, or it could be a master bathroom, family room, a variety of things. You're basically taking an existing home and you're building a whole new home or part of a home onto it. So many customers are familiar with the need to work through the design process and work with the designer to come up with a set of prints. But one thing that is often overlooked or underestimated is the need to work directly with local municipalities for all of the approvals necessary to actually start the process. We work with multiple counties, towns, townships, cities in our area to handle these things. And often they have very different sets of standards. In many areas, we have to submit our plans and details of the existing property, the changes that we're going to make, to a zoning department. A lot of times that may be a township. Sometimes you have to work through a zoning department before you can go to the building department for approvals. Other times those two things happen with the same office. Some counties have their own municipalities. Around here there are some cities that completely function separately, that have their own building departments and zoning departments. And then once they approve that, then it can go to a more formal building department. That can be all one municipality, or it can be separate. And there can be many challenges that come with that. A couple of examples, we have a lake community south of us that functions completely independently of the surrounding area. So they have their own list of rules, their own list of regulations, that go more specific and in depth than even some of the local building departments. We've got another community that we've dealt with up north of us where before we can take our prints and our plans to the building department, we have to go through a historical society and get approvals from them. We've had challenges with them having to approve the materials that we're going to use on the facade, or if we're going to use brick, or if we're going to use block. There can be some interesting challenges involved. There's another township that we dealt with where we got through most of the process. Everybody was ready to go, but then the Soil and Water District came in and said that this piece of property that we were going to use to build this addition, we could not build on. It was going to affect runoff and drainage too much. And so we had to adapt our plans and change things accordingly. We also have the experience necessary to allow us to, each step of the way, work with local building departments as well as the inspectors that come through at the various stages of our projects to make sure that we are keeping things in line with their guidelines, as well as just giving the best product at the end.